Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you. It's Tuesday, December the 2nd, College Hoops Free Pick Edition. And it's a Tuesday. Alex Smart, Matt Fargo joining the show. We got a doubleheader, UConn, Kansas, Florida, and the Duke Blue Devils. So a couple good little ranked matchups here. We'll be pivoting a little bit to some more basketball stuff with college football slowing down, right? We got championship weekend coming up. We'll talk about that in a second. And then bowl game starting next week. I did a bowl game printout because I had to know. And the LA Bowl starts the 13th, right there on my printout here, the 13th bowl action. But before we get to future bowl talk and tonight's college basketball, hit that like button, share, subscribe, notification bell on. You don't want to miss out on what's going on here on the Winner Circle YouTube channel. Daily free picks across the sports. Weekend action from Chip Trimbus and the Vegas Legends. Friday Football Live, Matt Fargo, Mark Lawrence. Sometimes we have guests and comments because, listen, we sit around and talk like we're just hanging out eating wings at the bar, but there is a comment section. It is live. You can come in and bring up your game you want to talk about. So don't miss out on the Friday Football Live. Every Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to tune into that. Our best bets. Top plays, premium action. Listen, we are 4-2 our college basketball free picks. These two gentlemen are off to a pretty damn good start to college basketball. You want their best bets tonight or any night in college basketball, college football, NFL, NBA, hockey? Head on over to gamblesworld.net where our 3 738 packages are all guaranteed. Show you a profit or we credit you back. Daily passes, excellent for $69.99, especially when there's multi-sports up and I know I do it, guys. I'm sure you guys too. You got like an NFL game, and then there's like a basketball 3-pack and this and that. We break them up a little bit because some people just like X, some people like Y. You get them all together, though, on a day pass for $69.99. So enjoy that. Alex, how's the weekend? What do you think about the games over the weekend for NFL? And maybe think on a little college football.
I'm getting my ass kicked with college football and NFL lately. It's been a funny year, big long winning streaks and ugly losing streaks. Last couple of years have been really strange like that. But if you're in this game long enough, if you bet long enough and you're in it long enough, you'll have every variation that you can imagine. There was a guy, his name was Last Donahue, a big professional baseball bettor, actually quite famous in the 70s and 80s in Vegas before this whole thing went crazy, all around the country. And he built up a $3 million bankroll from the 60s, lost it all in a year and a half. So, you got, that's why money management, that's why, no matter what, mathematically, and this is a mathematical game, whether people want to believe it or not, you have to understand that you're going to have losing streaks and winning streaks, and you got to be patient. You have to have a lot of patience in between. Yeah. That's my story.
I'm like 66 and 60 in NFL, which is, a losing season. You're just 1 week it's 5-4, then you're 2-5. It's a 5-1. It's 4-4, and you'd think you just would have the kind of breakout, right? You get a good number. You think, all right, I'm going to have this one here. Same with college football. 115 and 108, which is again not good. You're just there. Mm-hmm. And it's now, it is. I guess it's kind of like the kind of push thing, right? You play a season and you're not really down. It's like a little bit where it's not really affecting you. It affects you mentally, like mentally it affects, right? You're like, what the heck? I can't just get over this hump. It's always, not even 2 steps forward. It's like a step forward, 2 back, 1 to get back to where you are. Then it's back down again. It's been again, I don't know. We've talked about this before with the lines. Are they just that much where they're teasing us because they don't care about the full games? Everything in there is this profit in-game action. All right, we're going to make it look juicy for you to take that 7.5, that 8 points or 4, whatever the number is. And they know, I hate to say they're sharper guys or pro guys. We're always going to go to that number based on our betting timeline, where it's not 1 day or 1 game, it's days and months, and you compound it. That'll be a profit at the end of the season, and you're going to have, food in your cupboard at the end.
Right.
But as you're going through it, it's just like, oh my goodness, again, again, right?
Yeah, 100%. And then when you're not losing and you're absolutely destroying everything, you think your shit doesn't stink. You start to go to another level of, man, I'm a god. I'm a complete god. And but it's good to have these little short runs. I know a lot of people. The biggest problem between bettors, all bettors, professionals, amateurs, is how they handle short-term losing streaks or how they handle losing a portion of their bankroll, and how disciplined are they. And that's where this all comes down to. It's not just about, can I pick winners and losers, it's how disciplined can I be all the time, whether I think I'm a god or whether I'm getting the shit kicked out of me from the other side of the counter.
Yeah.
So,
No, yeah, win or lose, you have to play each day like the last day didn't exist or the last week didn't exist. You just have to, even if it's good or bad, you just have to just play your game every day the same way, because it's going to happen. Like Sean said, you have your ups, you have your downs for sure, but at the end of the day,
win is like, all right, let's keep it going.
Keep it consistent.
You win, you're like, keep it going. I'm not going to get too excited. We'll move on. I'm seeing the numbers good, right?
That's why it's good to read some philosophy from time to time. It's good to branch out, mentally, so that you can deal with this. This is the toughest game in the world. So,
and then losing days are
that. How many rock stars are there? How many guys are good? And this is the same business we're in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the loss is like, all right, we move on, right? Rearview mirror, I say this all the time. Rearview mirror is like this tiny little mirror in your car. You look back, it's the size of your hand. The windshield, the day ahead of you, it's the entire front of your truck. It's the entire thing. There's nothing obstructing the whole new day.
True enough.
That's the way, and I say it all the time, that's the way you got to look at it. You have to.
100% agree.
On to the new day. That's it. New day today, college hoops. And we got some good ones. College. I don't want to get into a college football rank because we had a little one of those yesterday about scheduling and stuff like that. But like here, college basketball, you're going to get top 10 matchups and top 25 matchups and all types of big schools playing against each other in November, December kind of matchups. And we got a couple today. Let's UConn and Kansas. Let's go here. Allen Fieldhouse, 9 o'clock tonight, ESPN2 for those who want to tune in to UConn and Kansas. This is one. You got 3. We're doing 2. There's actually 3 pretty good matchups tonight. Maybe we'll touch on the last one as well. Kansas beat Tennessee early. Not that too bad win there. UConn, we talked about them. We got the Illinois game. Hurley's squad. Again, 1.5, 2 on this line, total 143.5. I was pro Kansas in their game versus North Carolina, Alex. I'm like, you know what? I don't like North Carolina coach. I'm like, this guy, I'm going to go Kansas, better coach. They just seem to, like Remy Martin's been there. Like, it just seems like guys have been there for like 10 years. Like, I'm still waiting for these guys to graduate. It just seems like there's always some veteran there. You're like, wait, hasn't this guy been playing forever? It's just the team I liked more in North Carolina, and they ended up getting a loser there. Then against Duke, who guys out, we did that game here as well. I'm like, how are they hanging close here, right? I did not like what I saw out of them in North Carolina, right? They're rare. A lot of these times, these big top 5, top 10, 20 matchups, they're all on neutral courts or some kind of coaches versus cancer. It's at MSG. It's in Chicago Center, some kind of tournament. Now you get a spot here. They're home. And UConn, let's be honest, these guys go to play ball. To go against them here in Allen Field, I can't do it. I want to take Kansas. And Hurley, listen, the team's as talented as a Duke squad, as good as whatever team you want to put out there, right? You roll the ball, it's like 5 guys, and you just roll the ball out there and die for it, and who's going to come up and win the game? UConn's there every single time, right? I don't know, man. This is to me. I'm going to take Kansas. I didn't move on this game because I feel these matchups, kind of like a Alabama-Georgia championship game or just a football game, you get the sharpest number. These are not two. This is not This is not Tarleton versus Kennesaw State. It's not North Dakota versus Pepperdine. No. You got two legit teams. The line's not going to – there's no edge on the line. I don't think there's no edge on this line. The line is sharp to cut Matt's fingers if he's trying to cut some chicken. It's an inside joke for everybody. Matt maybe show you his bandage. I'll go with the small home dog here, Alex. Points be damned when I get into these matchups. I'm just going with the team I think is going to win.
Sorry, this is just a forced pick. You're saying if you had to lay, $5,000 on this game, would you still do what you're doing, or would you say I want to pass?
No, I take the $5,000 to go bet North Florida.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. 100%.
Yeah. I don't have this game. A lot of times with these games, this is like a 25-point favorite in football or some kind of crazy. I'm just going to bypass it. It's on TV. They have every known little angle they're going to come at on this game, right? I really is there value taking? I'm laying 1.5. I think UConn's a 6 points better. This is a toss-up. Whether they're playing in Kansas, they're playing in UConn, they're playing in Montana. It wouldn't make a difference. The talent is the talent. The coaches are the coaches. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to lean this way I'm just going to take them. That's why. Here at home, it looks a little fishy, though, as a dog. You think maybe it'd be a pick 'em or Kansas at the 2 spot. It's flipped here with UConn.
They're just trying. I think what the lines makers and the books are trying to do here is catch either side of this number. It's like the old-fashioned way. We're going to catch the juice on both sides of this action, and that's exactly what they're trying to do here. They're just going back to basics because it is a flip. UConn's won 11 straight as favorites of 3 points or less. I know they're only 2-5 ATS this year, but still, that's an important number. Then we go over to Bill Self. Kansas is 162-6 against non-conference opponents at home, and 12-1 versus top 5 teams. So, you're looking at this situation. Then, we look back up here and we just look at. Then they're also throwing this at us. Darren Peterson, questionable tonight. Terrace Reed Jr., questionable tonight. So here we are. It's like you said, it is a toss-up. It's a toss-up line, and it's tilted towards the books catching as having no losses here tonight and leaving it to the public to sort of eat themselves alive.
You mentioned Peterson, 21 points a game, questionable. That's a big chunk. But you saw what they did with Adam in the Duke game, right? These guys, both pretty solid defense. You got rim protectors, all that kind of good stuff.
I like the under.
Matt, what do you think?
I like the under. Just to finish off.
You know what? That could be probably a safer play here, right? We look at the under 143.5 in this. Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I was just going to mention the under, actually. I think that's the way to go in this game. Like Alex said, I think, the books look for equal action in this game, and that's all we're going to ask for. And I think the line is definitely telling us that right now. Peterson, I don't think he's going to go again. I think they're going to keep him out just for future reasons. And with Connecticut, they're kind of a big win over Illinois on Friday, I believe. Friday. And Reed played after missing 2 games. Didn't really contribute much. And Braylon Mullins made his season debut. Super Fresh, who's the Big East preseason freshman of the year. He didn't do much either. They kind of kept them both back a little bit minutes-wise and everything. So I think both are going to play again here. I think the public knows that. They think, the Connecticut has the full roster right now. But even with Peterson out, man, it's Kansas at home. Alex brought that point about Bill Self and non-conference. It's uncanny what they do at home. And I know this is not their best roster. I get that. But if I have to lean aside, it's definitely going to be Kansas. But I definitely lean the under here. Connecticut has gone under for most of their games this year. It's for Kansas, basically the same way. Their games have been low scoring. So I would lean under if I am going to make an official play here.
143.5. You want to make an official pick? Alex sort of likes it. I sort of like it. Let's go official under 143.5 UConn. We are 4-2 plus the $1.80 here with the basketball picks. You saw it scrolling before. Matt is having a month so far with college out of the gate, number 1 in the money at gamblersworld.net. Excellent work by Matt, as always. And listen, he's not stealing money like it was in baseball, just racking up doggy wins and compiling like he's compounding interest. I was like, hey, this is, college basketball a little bit different handicap than the MLB way. But Matt's off to a fast start here. Under 143.5. Free pick winner. There you go. You're watching for 20 minutes. If you haven't already hit the like button, you're here. Notification bells on, as always. Daily free picks, 7 days a week of videos, and a live show on football Fridays. Get on board. There you go. 3/7/38 packages guaranteed, folks. All sports included. Game number 2. Florida and Duke. Look at this freaking number, Duke. I like as if they got tomorrow's paper here. 8.5, 157.5. I'm pretty sure Florida, didn't they win it all last year? These are the defending champs, right? This is the defending champs here. Now they're in Cameron. The Cameron crazies will be crazy. I'm sure they're probably hoping this matchup took place in the Final Four last year, not meant to be. So they got to push it back a year here. Duke's what? Undefeated. That good game on Thanksgiving. That was another one. I'm like, man, they're begging me to take Arkansas here, 10.5. I couldn't do it. It looked too good to be true, and it turned out it really wasn't. It was a tough game. But Duke, listen, they've already played. These teams. They're used to this kind of nonsense. The crazy thing with Florida is, they transferred in a couple players. They got the guy from Arkansas is pretty good. They got the Ivy League 2-time player of the year. You think all right, we just put these kind of guys in, it'll be better. You're taking the best guy from another team. They've kind of struggled a little bit out of the gate here, the Gators. 8.5. This is the same thing as the Arkansas game. Like they're begging me to take these things, and like a Momo in the NFL and college football in September, I'm still taking them in November. What the hell am I even talking about? But here, though, I haven't taken them, which is probably why I'm sputtering in the mud here with my college basketball instead of taking these dogs. But you know what it is. If you miss one, you miss two. You can't jump in when there's already been like 3 of them, because then you come in, you got the loser, and you're 0-1, but everything you pointed to is already on a 3-0 run, and instead of being 3-1 up money, you're 0-1 down money, and you're kicking puppies outside and then MFing everybody. I'm pro Gator in this spot, but again, I didn't do it last time with Arkansas. I can't do it today. I can't. I missed the winner. I don't have a winner in my pocket, so now I got to move on from this one. Who wants to go? Matt, you go.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm with you. I think it's a sleepy spot for Duke, even though it is the reigning national champion. I just think they have played no one at home this year. They played 4 true home games, and they've been against nobody, right? So, and the thing with Florida, look, I think his line's going to keep going up. It was 7.5 this morning. It's up to 8.5 in most places now. I think it's going to keep going up, and part of the reason is because Florida's only 1-6 against the number. People are going to see that, and they're going to fade Florida because they can't cover, and they'll think they won't be able to cover in Cameron. I disagree. I think it's going to be a one-possession game either way. I think Florida can win. All right. I think they're a live dog here. The front court is going to be real trouble for Duke, and that could be the difference. The boards could be a big difference here. Boozer is having a phenomenal year so far, but I just think Duke is overvalued. They, schedule-wise, Florida has played the number 35 ranked schedule. Duke's played the number 249 ranked schedule. So Florida's more tested. Granted, they have 2 losses, but I just think they're the right side here, especially at this number that's going to, I think, keep climbing as the day keeps going.
It's crazy with their rankings. Duke's played Texas, beat them by 15, played Kansas neutral, won by 12, Arkansas, won by 9. And then the Gators come in. They got that loss to TCU, Providence, Miami, Florida State. Better names. Arizona is a good team, but you got a little more major teams they played than Duke has for sure. But Alex, this is Duke. This is Cameron. You ran off the Kansas stats in their stadium. What is Duke at Cameron Indoor versus like a non-conference opponent? It's got to be something ridiculous as well.
Jeez. Yeah, I've got to look at that. I've got to grab that one, but I haven't looked at it right. Yeah, I can't see it. I've got a whole bunch of numbers here in front of me, so I've got to isolate that for you later. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you, this is the one thing that I know here. If I was from an emotional standpoint, at least, we said it. Florida, national champs. Duke. Some people are saying this is a generational team. We'll wait and see on that one. Right now, Duke's 21.6 point per game margin, makes this feasible, especially if that place is rocking like I think it will be tonight, especially if Duke has something shoved up so far up their, cahoots that they just feel like, hey, body slam is in order here. Let's show everybody who we really are. I don't know. But you know what? Is that too many points? I don't think so. I think the lines makers usually 99.9% of the time have a good take on these key games. And I think this is a good take. Now, is it a double-digit win? Like I said, the feasibility mark is there, 21.6 points per game margin. So, man, it's up. You know what? Have you guys actually said which side you prefer here?
I would lean Florida as of right now.
You would lean
just
Florida?
Because of the number.
Yeah,
just because I think the way the line's going to move and the public is going to be fading them because of their spread record so far this year. So it's a contrarian move on my part, but that's kind of how the way I usually am, anyways.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah, we're looking at at plus 10, we're probably all there. Just based on the mathematics.
Oh,
yeah. But this is what I mean. This is what the books have put out there for us, and there's no such thing as a trap. We sort of destroy ourselves with the bets we make. So it's out there for us to be taken down. But I can't say anything here really. I'm just going to move on, and I look at two high-powered offenses, one scoring an average of 86 points per game. Duke 82.6 points per game. Florida's showing some leaky defensive problems here today. That's why I sort of said the line's probably in about right. And but the over looks better to me. Once again, the total looks better to me here than the side.
I'm trying to find, you think you'd type in Duke's non-conference record and it would come up something crazy.
Let me give it a shot.
While you
guys are talking what stuff, I'll look here. Let's see what we can find.
Because I know it's got to be something insane. It's got to be ridiculous, like an 88-5 record or something. Like maybe they've been picked off by a team like this that's come to town, but it can't be anything remotely crazy.
I can find.
Yeah, I want to make Florida the play here at 8.5. Again, I like the interior defense. And I don't think they played bad. I guess they played bad. I mean, because they got a loss, I guess. But there's still more gelling than the Duke is. Duke, you bring in the one-and-done guys. You still have some experience there, right? But this is a team that relies more on everybody than kind of a one-star team, the Gators. So, I don't know. I mean, it takes a little time to kind of get those juices flowing. But still, I mean, again, the Florida team, we play Providence, Miami, Florida State, Arizona, and TCU. Little tough. I mean, you're top heavy with Duke between Kansas and the Arkansas side of things. But 8.5 points, I can't. I got to take them. I make whatever. You're not stopping me. I'm the middle guy here in the show. We're going to Arkansas. Arkansas plus 8.5.
If I was going to lean, I would. Believe it or not, because it's under 10 points, I'd have to lean the other way. 10 points, I go. That's how close this is. It's and I think the lines makers have it right on. So I don't know if it'd be a play that somebody would put out there as a top player or anything, because I couldn't understand how you'd ever back it that way, because we said it. I'll repeat myself for the third time now. It's a championship team. This is this is not a team that's going to be kicked in the face. It doesn't matter where it is. So.
Yeah, these guys don't go and take 20-point losses. But like you said, we saw Duke on neutrals winning by 10 and 12 over top 20 fair. I just, again, the part of me is that, like the Arkansas game, they're begging to take the big numbers, and Duke wins by 12 or whatever. or 9. I got to take the points. I gotta. It's just me at heart. I don't think Florida is that bad. Is Duke that good? I mean, Duke's not even the number 1 team in the country. Yeah. That's great. That's the crazy thing. They're laying 10 points to teams that are in the top 10, top 15, and they're not even the best team. What is going on? That's right? I mean, think about that for a second. Like, you're telling me, like, Purdue, what's Purdue laying to these guys at home? 15? You know, if Purdue's the best team, if Duke's laying 8.5, what's Purdue laying? 12?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they're laying 15 on the road at Rutgers today, whatever Purdue's doing. Are they again, no crazy hypothetical there. What's Purdue laying against Florida? What would you say? If this game's 8.5.
Probably the same. Probably the same at home.
Not a little bit better? I mean, there's still
maybe a little bit. I mean, you look at the power rating numbers, but I'm looking at Ken Palm right now. They're Purdue and Duke are neck and neck. They're separated by hardly anything. So less than a half point.
Well, you know, Florida.
Michigan is 3 points ahead of both of them. I mean, Michigan's blowing everybody out. What would Michigan be favored by? Michigan be favored by 11.
You know, where the hell did Michigan come from out of the blue? Holy cow!
You guys, have you noticed Florida leads the nation right now in rebounding, and they boast 16.2 rebound margin. Wow, man! But they're 1 in 6 ATS in their last 7 overall, and they're shooting just 27.7% from 3. 340th national. There's something nationally. There's something wrong. There's something not cohesive there. Yeah.
They laid 44 against North Florida, 38 points. I mean, like, are they really? I know teams sometimes go and win those games 99-45. You know, Florida's a team. They're playing North Florida. Are they really going to win by 100 over that team? It's
right.
It's not that it's a rival, but you're doing them a favor, right? You're paying them to come in. I'm sure you're getting more of your bench in those kind of games, and right. It's not like you're. Let's just throw out a team like Boston College or some little team that's we got to run. You know, let's run it up for people. You're freaking Florida, bro. You're national champs. You really need to pummel some pudding. You know, you're laying 20 every game. Can you just let's get our, work out some kinks kind of thing, spring training baseball type material. That's how I look at that when I see a team like that laying huge numbers, 37, 17, 20, whatever. I'm not worried about that. That could be I didn't watch a game. I don't know who's, did they play hard for a half and it's 66-18 at halftime, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because as much as Duke, we talk about, Duke, they are 1-8 to the over. You think they don't score enough, right? I mean, 1-8 run in totals.
Wow.
Under.
Yeah, man. It's just
I mean, one game's under 163, another one's under 145, and they scored 100 points in one of those games. Under 145, they scored 100. The game stayed under.
Yeah, I mean, the over is definitely a contrarian play here. Combined, they're 11-3 and 1 to the under. So they've been having low scoring games.
I mean, yeah.
And this is in the 150.
With that kind of energy, with that kind of energy and that kind of building, these teams are going to be rocking. I can't, at this time of year, I really can't see them like playing physical defensive ball because I just don't feel like they're ready for that kind of physicality here early in the season and the injuries that come with that kind of game plan. So I really see them running. Yeah,
that's a good point.
When you get that, Alex, when it's 76-70 with like 3 minutes to go, they're going to clamp down and play physical. All right, that's when they're going to get physical. It'll turn into an NBA game in the last 3 minutes. Oh, it's a 4-point, 6-point game. Right. Now I need 2.5 points to get over this thing. You need 5 points for a total with 3 minutes to go. I think you got it locked in, and it's just going to be a dogfight just to get to the foul line because you're going to be milking the play clock.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea. Like at the end, in that kind of game, after a speedy game, then you've got them getting physical at the end. We're going to see a lot of players going to the line, which helps us with a waiver. So I don't know. It depends how I want to look at it, but yeah.
157.5. That's not a Chump change. I mean, that's an 80 spot here we got to get to with these teams.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to add the over? What do you think? I think we can do a little over action here.
I would do that. Yeah. I would do that. Yes.
I would definitely lean that way. You look at a game like this, and I mean, really, you're thinking excitement. You're thinking defending national champs against Duke, who's got a lot to prove, a building that's just rocking and rolling. So something's got to go in that. We're left to the point of like, are these guys not qualified enough, talented enough to make shot after shot after shot in that first quarter, that first half?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Duke is number one in effective field goal percentage defense, but a lot of that has to do with who they played. They held Howard to 56, Niagara to 42, Army to 59, Western Carolina to 54. So that plays a big factor in it. Yeah, they played well against Texas and Kansas. Don't get me wrong, but I think the numbers are skewed quite a bit for their defense based on some of those real contests that they played.
Absolutely.
Last two meetings in the series, 155 average points per game, combined average points per game. So we're thinking, is there just a little bit more, balance in this game? So
we're making it a doubler here. Worst case scenario, you got to split, right? Worst case, Duke takes care of business and it's, 86, 70, it gets over the total or whatever, and they cover the number. I don't know. I think we can catch both of these things. I think this could be an 86-80 kind of game, right? And with a little high scoring. We get both sides of this puppy. Arkansas plus 8.5 over 157. Go ahead.
If we get, I keep on interrupting you guys. My apologies. If we get to a certain point, it's going to go back under again. You're going to have a lot of sharp money coming back under. So this is the thing with this. We're really like, we're sort of like, we're playing leans here. I don't think any of us are like feeling like super confident. Like I said, that we want to take 5 and put it down.
If I had any of these games, I would have said, "Oh, you're getting them because I have them up on the site already." I don't. I don't have them. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not running to these lines like you said. They are as good as they're going to be when you have these two teams like this. There's so much information out there, so you're not going to find like, "Oh, look at this. They're way off. They're way off." Okay, I mean, I guess after the game's over, you could say that, but not coming into the game, No, these are. Straight. Listen, if I had them, I'd say, well, I got this game, so here you go, enjoy it.
Yeah.
No, do not have this game. I told you I North Florida. I said I'd take my money here and put it on North Florida. I took North Florida plus 9 points today, so we'll see how that works out. There you go. Take the Ospreys, baby. There you go. You want them? You want one of my solid picks as opposed to the free pick video here? There you go. That's why we say best top plays. Where we put our money down, gamblersworld.net. Daily, 3-day, 7, 30-day packages, whatever you want, go get them at gamblersworld.net. Matt's number one college hoops this year, 49-36. He's not shy.
Nope.
Chip Trimmis is 9-5. It just goes to show you. There's Alex, number 3 in the money up on the board.
Chip's older. He's got sense. He's got sensibilities. He's to be a little bit careful this time of year, but that's all right. We're still rocking and rolling.
That's what he said. I told him, I said, I got 140. I'm like, whatever. I'm at 70 and 71, 71 and 70. He goes, I got like 5 games bet. Chip, by the way, won the Las Vegas Review-Journal football contest again this year, back-to-back cash.
Nice. Good for him. That's awesome.
10, 20 grand, whatever he won on that. Yeah. Good for Chip, though. Excellent work there. But back to college basketball here. Under 143.5 the UConn game. Arkansas plus 8.5. And the
Florida.
Huh?
Florida.
Oh, I wrote down freaking Arkansas. We were talking Arkansas freaking Duke last week. Duh. Right, I was like, I didn't take that damn 10.5. Yeah, well, Florida plus 8.5. Over 157 versus the Duke here, 157.5. There we go. Again, free picks are the free picks. We are 4-2 at the free picks. We're plus money. That's great. The real plus money that Gamblers World. Alex, nice start here to the basketball season. Matt's number 1 for the basketball season. go get their top plays for today, or maybe you want your Thursday night football or college football championship Friday, Saturday, NFL Sunday. Get a weekly pass, get the monthly 30-day, all sports included. Show you a profit over that time. It's December 2nd. You're going to get, let me count, a double-sided page of college bowl games you'll get for the month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're not done. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 bowl games. 30 bowl games. That's not counting the playoffs first rounds. That's just 30 playoff games, 30 college bowl games in July. Or July. Holy cow. In December. There's 4 bowl games in January. The Holiday Bowl, Duke's Mayo, Liberty and Armed Forces, and then the playoff stuff. Everything else is this month. Make the smart money move. A 30-day package is going to save you hundreds of dollars. I'm going to BS you on that. Like, I'm going to have a game up. It'll be $34.99 or $29.99. You multiply that by 20 bowl games. Do the math, people. Get a monthly package for many of us. For just for the bowls alone, it's worth it. If you like football, holy, that's not even counting the NFL. That's right. Under UConn, Florida, and the over. Alex, anything? I know you're probably not loaded up for the weekend. You got anything going on?
Actually, this week I'm going to load up early on championship weekend. I think I've got 5 selections ready for a championship weekend. So let's see if we can turn the ship around and start moving in the right direction in the bowl season.
There you go. Matt Fargo, what do you got rolling on for a Tuesday?
As far as Tuesday goes, I'm going to have a big college hoops card. I don't have anything posted yet. I think I'm going to have 8 winners going. I'm going to be getting those up as soon as the show ends. And I have 3 championship games that I'm keen on right now that'll be up tomorrow. I might have a 4th one going both Friday and Saturday. So, yeah, it's going to be a big week, big weekend. And, yeah, December's going to be busy. College football, for sure.
All right, everyone. For Alex, Matt, and myself, gamblersworld.net, under 143.5 UConn, over Florida, Duke 157.5, and Florida plus 8.5. There you go. 3 free picks. Top plays at gamblersworld.net. Back tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.